Good. How about yourself?
All right, and you came all the way from Greenville, South Carolina to change my mindset. You coming to change my mindset today?
I came down. I was like, I gotta meet the person that knows my dad very well. I said, I gotta meet him in person today.
Well,
today.
you got it yours truly today. Your dad told me you was coming down, so he's very excited that he got everybody listening. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Change Your Mindset.
Good. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm going ahead and dive right into it. So I think it happened, I want to say, roughly around about June 7th, or at the beginning of the year, they had the national championship game between Alabama and Georgia. Now, if you were like me, or most of the people were, you get tired of seeing Alabama winning, so you probably was rooting for Georgia, like I was. So what happened was, during the national championship game, Georgia, man, they had Alabama offense stuck. Like they were stagnant. They couldn't move the ball. They couldn't get any touchdowns. Georgia was controlling the game. Like Georgia had the game under control. So I started to get happy because I was like, Alabama's about to lose. I'm about to talk some trash. But something happened. So at halftime, Nick Saban, which is the Alabama coach, he decided to make a quarterback change. And what he did was, he took his quarterback, his name was Jalen Hurts, and he subbed in a true freshman quarterback. Y'all not listening to what I said. So Alabama was winning. They've been in the playoffs multiple times. They've been in national championship. This quarterback had this experience. But he subbed in at halftime a freshman quarterback who last year was in high school and put him in the national championship game. And what happened was, the rest was history. Like that quarterback, he ignited the offense and he started getting them touchdowns. And to make the story even better, like in overtime, he threw the game-winning touchdown, like this freshman. Now, what the reason I'm telling you about this story is that the reporter came up to him and asked him. The reporter came up to him and asked him. He's like, "How?" He's like, "Wow, isn't this amazing? Like, how do you do this? You was just in high school last year. You are a freshman. Like, how did you handle this moment?" And his reply was, and I need y'all to listen to me, his reply was, "Every day I practice as if I was a starter. Like, every day I prepare as if I was a starter." He's like, when the starter was watching film, I was watching film. Like, when the starter was doing drills, I was doing drills, and I probably put in a little bit more work. He said, when the starter was out there on the field running, I was out there on the field running. When the starter was in the weight room, I was in the weight room. And what I'm telling you is, last week I told you to stop worrying, because what happens when you worry, only thing you do is remove yourself from the moment. Well, how do you remove worrying? You have to prepare yourself for the moment. Like, some of us get in a situation where we ask for this moment, or we plead for this moment, or we pray for it, but we don't even get ourselves ready. Like, the only time we get ourselves ready, like if they're not paying us money, guess what, y'all? We're not doing the work. Like, if they're not giving us the position, guess what, y'all? We're not doing the work. If they're not handing us the job, guess what, y'all? We're not doing the work. So we're not prepared for the moment. So when we finally get the opportunity, or we finally get the moment, guess what happens, y'all? We don't get ready, so we make some mistakes. Like, he could have literally came in the game and started throwing interceptions, and the coach could have pulled him out and said, that's it. But he prepared for the moment like he was a starter. He prepared. He didn't look at himself as a backup. Y'all, he didn't look at himself as a backup. He looked at himself as a starter. So guess what? When that moment came, it wasn't big for him. It was just another day. It was just another day. It was just another game for him. So what I'm telling you is, you have to prepare yourself. You have to prepare yourself like you're the starter. You have to prepare yourself for the moment. So when the moment comes, it won't be too big for you. I'll tell you plenty of times, I can go on Facebook Live and go back through some of my live videos. Nobody was in there even watching. I can tell you some of my videos, it probably had 1 or 2 views, and that probably was my mom and dad. Like, my wife would tell you, sometimes I was in the room, speaking in the baby room, speaking to a crib, a changing table, and some chairs. Y'all not listening to me. I'm speaking to a changing table, a crib, and some chairs. Why? Because I know I had to prepare myself for the moment when somebody actually called me and said, you need to come speak at my school, or I need you to come speak at my church, or I need you to do this conference for me. And I can't get there and start stuttering, or I can't get there and can't empower them or motivate them. Why? Because I wasn't prepared. So I knew I had to get prepared whether who was watching. I tell people all the time, like, you may see it, but man, I don't do it for the likes. I'm not doing it for the likes. I'm doing it so when I get my moment, when I get my opportunity, I am ready for my opportunity. I'm preparing myself as a starter. I'm not looking at myself as a backup. So what I'm telling you right now, I need you to do just like that guy. We don't need you to view yourself as a backup. I don't need you to view yourself as just an employee. I need you to view yourself, see yourself as prepare yourself as if you were the owner. I need you to prepare yourself as if you were that manager, or prepare yourself as if you were that doctor that you wanted to be, or that NBA player, that NFL player. I need you to prepare yourself like that. So I don't care if nobody's out there on the field while you're doing drills, still keep prepared. I don't care if it's 1,000 people, if nobody's in the stands when you're shooting shots, I need you to still prepare. I don't care if nobody pats you on the back saying you're doing a great job or how good you're doing. I need you still to prepare, because I don't want you to view yourself as a backup. I want you to prepare yourself as if you was a starter. So I thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope this message was good for you. Also, I want you, please check out my page. It's www.cymchangeyourmindset.com. It allows you to order shirts. It allows you to view some of my material. It allows you to actually review this message, because I have a section for those videos and plenty of other stuff. But I thank you guys, and I appreciate it.